Every month I let my Patreon members ask me questions, and I sit down and answer them in a stream. There's a lot of stuff here I don't normally talk about on YouTube, so we decided I'd edit this one and put it out into the world. If you want in on the next one, check out the Patreon link in the description. Otherwise, enjoy. So today it is 40 degrees, the aircon is going, I'm cooking, it's over for all of us. Shall we begin? Do you want to make streaming/YouTube a career, or are you content with just doing it on the side? I know some people do it for a living, seem to burn out as it gets repetitive and the constant deadlines. They feel they struggle to do different kinds of content because they're reliant on the revenue of what does well. Meanwhile, the ones I know that do it on the side seem to hit similar walls, but have more fun overall and can afford more risk. Just curious to see where you think you want to take this since you already have a career outside of it. My problem is, the day job I have is quite cool, making toys. And from where I'm at right now, we're doing my favorite toy so far. For a long time, I've wanted to do something kind of Nendoroid inspired, but not $150 billion. Something that can touch on Nendoroid and pop vinyl, but pop vinyls are ugly as shit. We're leaking. This is Animarchy. This is someone doing the people are doing unboxings of them and stuff and everything. It's crazy. You can switch and swap all their faces and they come with different characters, right? So this is the Magical Girl like set. So this is what I've been doing for like the last year or so, whatever. They got heaps of articulation. You can customize their hair, their face plates and stuff. And the more you get, the more customization you can do. So these are like, this is what I do for my day job. This is what I do. I create characters, concepts, and then we make them into toys and stuff. And yeah, I want to do licensed ones eventually because licensed ones would be sick. So we did like little launch things where, oh, you guys will hear some Moxie music. Where's some Moxie music? So we just reveal all the characters and stuff. And there's a lot of potential here to do really, really cool things that I've always wanted to do. But it is a normal job. You get paid the same amount no matter what you do. Yeah, a Miku collab. I'm literally doing a Miku fan art for it at the moment. I could do a Miku toy. Not even a joke. There is a privilege of being able to do that, work from home 4 days a week, and then do what needs to be done for the day job, and then do YouTube stuff. The problem is, I could be way more massive on YouTube if I went full-time YouTube, and I could be making way more money and living life much less stressfully and literally just creating the exact things that I want to do all the time. Because my whole life isn't just making the Animarchy toys. I gotta do we got billions of little toy brands and stuff that I don't really care about. Stuff that's really hard for me to make myself do, because not everything about toy creation is super magical fun. I would love to make YouTube and streaming career, and it kind of, honestly, some months on YouTube, well, YouTube, Twitch combined, and Patreon and everything, I make more than day job. Probably I make the same most of the time. And then, for example, like when Scarlet came out, I made like eight months worth of day job salary in 1 month, maybe 7. So YouTube's potential is completely obscene to just live a free life. I don't feel the worry of getting burned out from repetitive because I really like what I do. And if I was to go full-time YouTube, I do a lot of varied stuff. Imagine full-time Moxie2D. Wilds comes out, streams Monster Hunter Wilds. Someone's editing other stuff. Do a little stupid tier list. Someone edits that. It's popping off everywhere. And I'm not so worried about the algorithm because the last year of our lives, I didn't pay any attention to the algorithm. And if I just paid attention to YouTube and Twitch, I still made a livable amount of money. And that's fine with me. I don't want to be rich. I don't care about money in that way. The way I care about money is only if it means I get to do what I want to do. Money means we get to make more YouTube. We get to make more art. We don't have to do things we don't want to do. I would be making stories that I care about. And the worry for me about having a team would mean I become a manager and I have to direct. I'm okay with directing, but like, do you know what I mean? That's the part. That is the bit that, as I understand it, that's what ruins YouTubers. They step away from creating art and now they are managing a team of creation things, managing time and deadlines and other people and hey, do this for me sort of thing. That's not what most people get into it for, and that's definitely not what I'm getting into for. How much were you allowed to ad-lib on the set of Endgame? Man, it's been so long, I don't even remember what happened in Endgame. Did they chill it out about it by Ragnarok? Was Ragnarok after Endgame? Yes, I am Moxie Hemsworth 2025. I'll do my best to look like one of the Hemsworth brothers? The answer is yes. We're gonna finish our drawings for Twitch Tier 3 literally a year ago. Well, if you were in my stream yesterday, moxie2d.twitch.com.au, we did 4 yesterday, 4 the day before, the week before, and we're gonna be doing a few more tomorrow. So yes, but like I said, not everyone gets them. It's still a roll of the dice. What are some tips you have for building a professional portfolio as a designer? tips for a portfolio. One, Instagram and I guess TikTok and a website is now the portfolio. It's all your online presence. People do not care about your university achievements and stuff. So I would build a social media space such as Instagram, etc., and throw that in your pitches to people and be like, hey man, look what I can do for you. Look at my skills that I have. I have the ability to create this character exactly like this. Instagram's still the best option? No idea. I thought Instagram died. I'm 100% wrong. I don't think Instagram died at all. It's definitely killing Twitter. It's not killing Twitter, but it's doing better than Twitter for artists and stuff, unless you're able to spam shit constantly. Even then, man, the average amount of likes you get on Instagram is probably, isn't it like 4 times the amount of people on, maybe it's like 20 times the amount of people on Instagram than there are on Twitter. And Instagram's also good because as soon as you click the page of Instagram, it's just your pictures. If you're a designer, you want them to see your pictures straight away. Honestly, I'm pretty sure the truest, most powerful way to get hired is by personality. From my experience of working at a professional industry toy job, just be likable. Do you think most of your streaming has moved back to Twitch for good, or do you see a world where you are back on YouTube for live streams again as well? Definitely both. YouTube's pretty busted, especially for new games or really big, good ideas. YouTube is definitely OP. If you have an amazing idea and you're able to funnel people to Twitch like crazy. For example, when we did the Fusion Nuzlocke, I promoted that for a week before the stream, funneled everyone to Twitch, and we got 1,000 viewers on Twitch. This is like a year or two after the Jaden thing. There's no like external forces. That was all me, good idea, and promo, and that worked. YouTube is where everyone is. Even me, I don't go on Twitch unless there's a new game that I just want to watch someone like play, or I know for a fact that someone is on Twitch that I want to watch right now and they're doing something. So in that sense, Twitch is worse than YouTube, because you just go on YouTube and everyone's on YouTube and you do your live stream, and your live stream's there with a clickable thumbnail and stuff. Like Pokemon ZA comes out, we're got to be on YouTube. We just have to be. But Twitch just feels better. There's less like 5, 6, 9-year-olds who don't understand like streaming culture. Even though there's less people, I just sit here and have a better time. And while there is definitely some younger people like on YouTube, like 9-year-olds, there is also a lot more older people who have a lot of money to super chat with. I'm editing the 6 favorite Nuzlocke right now, and good God, the amount of super chats we got on that first day from 27-year-old Pokemon fans was pretty crazy. A lot of people with jobs don't have as much time to watch streams. Sort of. Viewing habits has changed, right? Back in the day, you think about your parents or whatever, what was on the TV? It was just, the TV was just on. It's just there. And you just watch stuff because it's on the channel. And you know, Channel 10 is on from 6:30 p.m. to watch The Simpsons, and then The Neighbors, and then freaking How I Met Your Mother, and then Australian Idol, you know what I mean? And it's just on. YouTube has replaced that. So people like putting on long videos or brainless videos where you can just put it on and listen, and not even really listen, because they don't want to have to make a decision every 3 minutes or even every 20 minutes to watch a different video. Obviously, if you're a person who's sitting there and actively watching YouTube, then sure. Most people aren't sitting there and actively watching YouTube. Basically, point is, I would absolutely come back to YouTube streaming. It would probably be multi-streamed. It just depends how good my idea is. And if it's a new game, we have to be on YouTube. Got him. How do you balance being an artist / making content to fulfill your artistic urges? For me, I have to be creative or my soul dies. Yes, correct. And work / a social life. I find it so hard to balance between work, finding time for my loved ones, and actually knuckling down and focusing on art. That's very, very hard. Just wondering if you had any secrets. Lots of coffee, late nights, I'm curious. You need a direction. I am very lucky to have done a bunch of streams that I've managed to pull a story together with, right? And so I feel like I have a direction thanks to the YouTube streams that we've done. Basically, if I was to die on December 23rd, 2024, and I didn't get out Scarlet 365, I would feel like I had wasted it. I have direction because I feel like I need to get these things out into the world. Otherwise, I'm wasting it. And it sounds morbid or whatever, but does it make sense? So I feel like now I need to work my way to Fire Red. I have a direction and it needs to be done creatively. I need to make this thing exist into the world. So I am a believer that necessity creates action. And I need to get Fire Red out before I die, or else it's not out, and it never is out. Necessity is important. It is creatively fulfilling for me once I'm doing it, but it is hard to start. It's always hard to start. The reward once it's out is also very fulfilling. And because I'm lucky and have had a lot of YouTube videos that have gone well and I've got lots of nice comments and stuff, that also helps push me to complete the art thing and start the art thing so I can get to the end and people say nice things to me. Validation of my creation being as good as I want it to be is a massive motivator because that means I am doing something right. I have a necessity to create because I need to do it. It took me a while to find that thing. For a long time, I was drawing things that I liked a lot of, you know, for Twitter likes, I guess. Like, new anime comes out, I draw the character from the anime. I get fulfilled by getting likes on Twitter. That is fun because I get to draw the thing that I like, but it's a lot harder to draw the thing I like if once you post it, you get nothing, you get no reaction. You get no likes or whatever, no one sees it. That's hard. So when you do get audience saying your thing is good, yeah, you did well, you are valid as a creative human in the world, which has been my life goal since I was like 3 years old. The fact that YouTube also brings money is helpful. It's much harder to just make artworks and post them on the internet. Not easy. How do you balance work, finding time for loved ones, and focusing on the art? Most of my time is focusing on time management. I am bad with time management and good with time management. I'm both. I write a to-do list every single day of my life for about the last 10 years. Literally every day I write a to-do list, every day. Not a joke. I write out, hello, I want to do 6 drawings today. I'll do shower, draw 6 drawings, work out, whatever. And I might only do 3 drawings, but you did 3 drawings because you wrote it out. Whereas if you had no direction in the day, you might not have done nothing. So I think that's actually OP. Write out what you want to do, and then you will do half of it. And that is way more than probably you would have if you didn't. I have definitely sacrificed social life to achieve goals in my career/art. Like, for example, me and my friends a lot would play like Ark Survival Evolved as a random example. I remember nights for 3 weeks straight, for example, a game comes out, we would all play on voice comms or whatever. Even like Elden Ring, I would jump on voice calls with them from 7:30 till 11 p.m. But I can't sacrifice 7:30 to 11 p.m. on my nights. I just can't do it. But I have made it a mission in life to never say no to like an event gathering thing. I'll always go to anything that's on. And I talk to my friends on Messenger and stuff. But I definitely, you may have to sacrifice some things sometimes to get to where you want to be. And that happened to be a lot of late night gaming with the boys. Caffeine helps me. I actually don't know if it's placebo. I'm not sure. Hopefully that helps. Did you ever expect to like Totodile as much as you do now when first setting upon the Platinum Art Lock? No, I don't think I always liked Totodile. I thought its design was great, but I never really was like looking at it and being like, yeah, that's one of the ones. I didn't really think about it being one of the top 3, you know what I mean? I've told this story before, I guess. Totodile does stick out in my mind because I remember in primary school when I was a child, Australia got Pokemon Generation 2 like probably a year later than the rest of the world. And there was a Japanese kid in the class and he brought his Japanese Pokemon cards to school. And I vividly remember him showing me Totodile. And I was like, that can't be real. How is this? You mean it's more? I don't know. I don't know if I remember thinking they were real or whatever, but Totodile sticks out in my mind. I was like, that is awesome. There's more of them and Totodile's the first one. I think the blue is amazing. Red, he's just a perfect combination of colors. He's great. Platinum Art Lock got me to look at him a lot more. I think that's basically it. I didn't change much over time. I just appreciated him a lot and he became my mascot on my shoulder and I love him. He's great. And he's a crocodile and I'm Australian. That worked out pretty well. Do you have some tips as an artist on how to reach a bigger audience or advertise yourself better? Yeah, it's exactly what you think it is. I grew my first audience by drawing fan art, anime style fan art of very popular gaming creators. Well, I guess that's not where I started, but that's where I started to sort of figure it out. Mango from Smash Bros. Hugely popular streamer, massive Smash Bros competitive player. When a tournament is on and shit's popping off on Twitter, I am watching that because I love it, and Mango does something sick, and I draw Mango or what he did that was sick as it's happening, and Twitter's popping off. And so I post it and everyone retweets it and Mango sees it and Mango retweets it and I get 1,000 followers. Timing and hitting a niche that you're passionate about basically does it. What's an anime that's coming out? I guess I'm just gonna use solo leveling because people are talking about solo leveling, whatever. What's like a girl? Dan to Dan. All right, yeah, Dan to Dan just came out. All right, episode 1, Dan to Dan comes out. You gotta draw Momo. You draw Momo straight away. And you make it as amazing and as like wow as possible and how you want it to be drawn. And you draw Momo and you put it on Twitter when people are watching Dan to Dan on a Saturday and it will be seen. Algorithm will get you. It may not happen the first time, but it might happen the second time. Fan art is OP. It can help you build the audience and then you can do what you want from there. So you need to find out the things that you care about that have massive audiences and go crazy and draw them and love them. Pokemon ZA comes out and there's a new hot trainer. You draw the hot trainer. That on that day, everyone's going to be looking at that trainer. If you can lock in on stuff like that, you will have some success probably. Anime Girls is the secret sauce, yes. If you want a bigger audience, you have to do what the big audience wants to see. It just is what it is. With the recent video taking a bit to come out, do you think hiring editors and artists would be necessary to have a process of making videos go smoothly and faster? Or do you want to keep this schedule to be more flexible and free? Okay, one, this is not a schedule. This was not intended. There was no intention for Scarlet 365 to take a year. That was not on purpose. There's no schedule and it was an accident and I did not mean for that to happen. Scarlet 365 is definitely an accidental, but also never ever replicatable video. Editors would help my life. Artists would help my life drastically, yes. But money, I don't have a lot of money. You have to pay them and then you have to manage them and then you have to work back and forth with them, which is a whole learning process, a whole nother thing. So I imagine initially that would actually slow things down. I just have to deal with that. But yeah, there is no schedule. This was not the plan. 2025 is hopefully a different beast and we'll have a video in Feb and maybe in March, maybe in April. Have you ever really been so far as decided that the way we view the internet is the same way we go to want the things that look more like a view from the perspective that we want? Have you ever really been so far as decided that the way we view the internet is the same way we go to want the things that look more like a view from the perspective that we want? The perspective that we want is a good world, but the internet is a bad world, and we always look at the bad things on the internet and the hot things. So the answer is, the world is not the way we perceive it on the internet. It's the way we want to perceive it, because humans love drama and bad things, and we like to look at them and complain about them. So no. Yes, I have been so far as decided that the way we view the internet is the same way we go to want the things and the view from the perspective that we want. We see the world as we want because we are our own algorithms. Thank you for your question. What are your most notable forms of media for inspiration/ideas? And how do you incorporate them into your own original ideas? Shows, places, other artists, books, etc. I am very inspired by many things. Anime, obviously. Powers, glowing things, Dragon Ball Z, scale. Overwhelming, disastrous consequences. Stakes, emotions, revelations. So shows that do things like that inspire me. I'm also inspired by psychology. This will sound politically incorrect now, but before Jordan Peterson was a psycho, I really enjoyed listening to his biblical lectures where he talked about the psychology of the Bible. I'm not religious at all, but I find that stuff really interesting because I was making the anime that I was writing, Stardust, pulls from the Bible a lot. Very not like actual history. I don't know anything about wars, but weird shit, like the meaning of Adam and Eve and all that shit. Oh, you guys want to see one? Let's see. Moxie2D Stardust. How deep we going? How deep we going? How deep we going right now? Out of 100, how deep we going? 93? All right, we're going 93. This is a character from the thing I started making called Stardust. She may look familiar. Apple is important. Because I'm a insane psychopath and I want everything to connect in every single capacity, even though it's not technically connecting. And so, there's biblical significance to apples, right? I made it a point for Moxie-chan to get an apple. The applin. Moxie-chan gets an applin. because it's interesting and biblically significant. And now she has an apple. And at the very end, I made it I wanted it to be very important, and I know no one would notice it, but it's important to me. When some universe-bendy crazy shit happens, she has an apple with her. That is all I'll say. Aside from Pokemon and gachas, what other games would you like to make your own story/narratives of? Your creativity and storytelling always gets me hooked, and I'd love to see what you come up with for other games. Thank you. Anything that has a character that you can create and then go into a fantasy world and explore that world, I want to play. Because that's what I did in my own time. So, for example, when a Pokemon game comes out, I'll play the Pokemon game for a month, and maybe I'll shiny hunt and stuff. If I wasn't a YouTuber, I wouldn't play Pokemon as much as we do, as much as I love it. Pokemon game comes out, play the Pokemon game. Then Dark Souls 3 comes out, and I play that for a month. And it's Moxie-chan. It's this girl character called Moxie that I've played with since I was like 15. Final Fantasy 14. She's her own character. She experiences that world, and I get to experience the story of that world through a character who is a character, as though she's like, you know, the protagonist of an anime. Basically, the idea is I like playing fantasy games because I like their stories and stuff. The goal is I get to play any game that I like with this one character who experiences every game as we go. Yeah, Baldur's Gate. Yeah, all that. Like, the same applies to gachas, right? You've got your own kind of creator character. Doesn't have to be the creator character, by the way. It doesn't have to be. I will play it and enjoy it. Asking the simple questions. Who's your favorite Sonic character? It's gotta be Shadow. I don't remember anything about Blaze, but I'm in a Blaze phase right now. That's hard to say. Always been a Knuckles fan. I'm not a Tails guy. Sonic's good. I find myself not always being down with the main characters. I sort of like the spin-off characters a little more often. I like main characters as well. Let's say Shadow/Blaze. What has been your most proud accomplishment as a creator? Jesus. Most proud. I hate these questions because I don't know what I did in life. Proud? First million view video? I don't know. Do I get proud about that? I don't know. I don't know if I'm proud of a million views. I guess I have to be proud of Scarlet 365. Yeah, it has to be last video. Putting that together and having people cry to Champagne Supernova, it's got to be that. I don't get proud, I guess, of views, which sounds weird. Like, I'm like, yes, it hit 1 million views, which means it did as good as I wanted it to. Yay, it was validated in the sense that people liked it as much as I did. But that isn't pride. Being proud, glad that let's look at the definition of proud. There's two definitions because one's the bad one. The definition of pride. A feeling of deep pleasure or satisfaction derived from one's own achievements. I do not get deep pleasure or satisfaction from 1 million views. I do get validation from 1 million views. I get pride from people saying the video impacted them, and that means I succeeded in creating the thing that I wanted to create. 100 Days was also good, the middle scene. I get a lot of pride from the scenes that I create that aren't part of the video. Like, can we go back and watch something I haven't seen in ages? Like, okay, here's a big pride one. Here's a massive pride one. It's pride and validation at the same time. The end of this video, which I haven't seen in forever. I'm gonna watch it right now. I'm pretty sure in the comments is like freaking June, Rubber Ross. There was like creators with massive followings who I respect and admire came in here, Purple messaged me and said, I showed that to all my editors. This is the masterclass of editing. Holy shit, how'd you do that? You know what I mean? So I guess maybe this was my first real pride. Where the fuck does it happen? This is like my first real storytelling moment, I feel like.
The Arcanine lunged forward and I couldn't dodge in time. I lost the Deathless challenge, but this Nuzlocke is far from over. Each time we fail, one of our Pokemon escapes from its Pokeball and sacrifices itself to save us. As per Nuzlocke rules, if all 6 Pokemon in your party die, that's game over. Static. The once lone wolf Pikachu sacrificed itself to give us another chance at beating Arcanine. We return Static's body to his cracked Pokeball, then find a way back to our feet. We cannot afford to let any more Pokemon die.
Like, this isn't in the game.
What?
I made this all up and got to use music that I like.
You literally can't dodge that move. What? Okay. Nice. Nice.
Welcome to the McNuzlocke.
What am I supposed to do? Gumdrop. The Shellos we raised specifically for this battle decided that its true duty was to save us from Arcanine. It sent us off with 5 words of wisdom. Hold to yeet the balls. I wouldn't hold to yeet the balls. Arcanine has killed 2 key members of our team, but with Gumdrop's knowledge,
even I felt that just then.
Will not be in vain. Laser Beam Eyes. Dodged. Big jump. Dodge forward. Laser Beam Eyes.
So I was weaving,
roll
like,
through.
there's
Jump.
about 6 versions of Gohan's anger in this in
Go
this
forward.
scene.
Blades beams.
There's like there's like 2 piano different
Jumps,
versions.
that's fine. Now,
Sorry, this.
full
Yeah, my bad.
yeets. Full yeets. If you hold down the button, you can full yeet. It's over. Get yeeted.
So yeah, that sort of stuff I get pride from. Putting all these people's covers together and creating something that is emotionally impacts someone else. That's fire. My problem now, right, is I can't do that every video. Like, next video is not gonna have a moment like that. And I wonder if everyone's expecting big emotional moment in every video. It can't be done. The more videos I do, the less I can do that. It's just impossible. As an artist, I have a friend who wants to get back into learning how to draw. What would be the best advice for someone who wants to learn how to draw? Any neat tricks to get back into drawing? My pro tactic that I always say is draw something that you really like and look at a reference of it and try to replicate it, and that will bring you satisfaction. I think that works on everybody. And you will reference, so your eyes will get better because you will actually look. You won't just wing it and hope to God that something happens. You will train your eyes to create what you see, and you will understand the placement of features, and you will become an artist. Very basic, but it works on everyone. Hopefully your friend has a thing that they like a lot. When will you upload the McNuzlocke? Also, do you do art commissions, and for how much? If you made a different version of yourself, how would the encounter go? When will you upload the McNuzlocke? McNuzlocke is very, very, very low priority for 2 reasons. One, McNuzlocke is being cancelled right now because I believe they are funding the whatever thing that's going on. And people aren't happy about that. So if I make a McNuzlocke video, there's a segment of the community they're gonna be like, you bastard. So I don't really want to be involved in that. I don't do art commissions. I still have one going on from frickin' 3 years ago that's massive. And I don't do them because I am unable, I've learned this about myself, I am physically unable to do things that I am not passionate about unless it's on stream live in the exact moment, like tier 3 drawings. Otherwise, I will wait 7 years to do them, or I have to charge $2,000. Even then, I still won't want to do it. I guess I've learned that I'm too old to do things for money that I don't really love when I have limited time in my life, and there are so many massive goals we have to hit with YouTube. If you made a different version of yourself, how would that encounter go? Okay, so if I'm me and I have to think about the conversation before I have them every time, ideally the different version of me doesn't have that problem and starts to talk to me real easy, and then it's all easy, and then it's no problems. They would make me more comfortable. My other self, I think. Once I'm going, I'm usually fine, and I think I'm able to put up a front of... You're talking to us right now? No, I'm not. Your words on a computer screen. I'm talking to myself. I will actively avoid going to the kitchen if someone's in there. I'm not going into the work kitchen if someone's in there, because that means I'll have to say hello, and I might screw that up. I might have to be like, oh, hello. You know, I'm not good at the small talk stuff. I should read a book about small talk. Hey, mate, how's the kids? Oh, yeah? How's the wife, mate? Oh, yeah. Yeah, you do anything on the weekend? This is the reason why people watch football and stuff. I reckon 28% of the world watches sports to be able to talk to other humans. I never watched football, but yeah, you're one of the ones. You're the, like, I'm never gonna watch football. I'm not gonna small talk to people, right? We're a bunch of the internet nerds who are like, I'm not small talking. F off, boring shit. But normal people are like, yeah, I want to be able to talk to people easily. So I will watch Australian rules football and follow my team with the Hawthorn Hawks, so I can discuss on Monday morning with the people at the colleague office. Fuck, mate, lost by 6. Fuck, how bad was that, mate? Fuck, we lost by fucking 6. How did he shank that fucking kick right at the end? What the fuck? Mate, he's been playing for 10 years. He gets paid $10,000 a day to play this fucking game, and he misses it on the full. What the hell are you saying right now? This is Australian small talk. This is what Australian small talk is. So I think that's true. I think at least 20% of people who watch general sport things are for making social conversations easier, because it's easy to talk to people when you have things in common with them. He turned on his slang. Yes, that's me talking to the Australians, mate. So how the f did we get there? How did we get there from this question? Good God. What was your favorite thing to draw as a kid, and what is your favorite thing to draw as an adult? As a kid, a lot of Dragon Ball, definitely. A lot of Final Fantasy characters. A lot of Sonic, and that has not changed. I drew some Pokemon, but I mostly drew people. And that has stayed the same. I like drawing the human form. I'm a massive fan of the human form. I think it's really fun. It's artistic. There's movement. That's my favorite. How did you become an SFK? Are you able to please give us a brief history? The way I became an SFK, which I am not. I'm not one, but the way people think that I am one. it connects directly to the last question. I like drawing people and humans. I have always drawn humans and anime characters my whole life. So I, when drawing Pokemon, have a bit of a human tilt to the way I draw them. And I happen to prefer the ones that are more human because that's cool to me. Also, in video games where there are alternate races such as catgirls, I find them more interesting than just picking the basic human option. Because why am I picking the basic human option? I'm in a fantasy world. Oh, like a little cat ear silhouette and a tail because that's interesting. Also, the tail thing is cool because of Dragon Ball Z. In Dragon Ball Z, they had monkey tails that went golden when they went Super Saiyan. That was really unique and interesting. There is my answer to your question of why people perceive me as a furry and therefore... No, not a furry, as an SFK, and that's why people perceive me in that manner. No, I'm not a furry. I'm literally not a furry. Quite literally. Furry is a spectrum, exactly, and I am not on it. Let's show you the furry spectrum. Hello, everybody. This is the furry spectrum. This is the furry chart. Okay. On the far left is a human. On the far left is a Nico, which is a human with cat features. Notice how it is not crossed the furry line yet. I am not over the furry line. As soon as the person thing starts getting claws and cat feet, I'm out. That's it. You love Carrara? I do love Carrara. She's a cat girl. That's cool. Why do the feet matter? Because... No, wait, okay, no, I see the problem. No, what I mean is, that's a cat. If it's got cat paws, I don't want that. Not for any reason. Carrara has cat feet, they're shoes. And even if that's fine, I don't, Carrara could be a little better if she had normal feet. If she didn't have paws, is what I mean to say. I'm not, okay, thank you for that question. We know you're on-screen Moxsona, but what about the secret life of Moxie Hemsworth? Favorite ways to unwind, maybe, such as other hobbies you enjoy when not working, YouTube or otherwise. What does a perfect day off look like for Mr. 2D? Shit. Unwind, I don't really do that much. I'll get an HSP and watch something that I like. Run around in a video game, doing not much. Eating bad food, watching a show that will inspire me, running around in a fantasy land with attractive characters. Besides that, the secret life of me is not really any different than you'd expect, because I spend most of my time drawing or editing, and if I'm unable to do
SFK.
that... What was that? You did not dono me on Discord through... What? Thank you, $5 anonymous person. I appreciate it. That was very well timed, and I can't believe that worked. Yeah, so my hobbies are there's not many of them. Watch anime, maybe draw something I like, but mostly if I'm drawing, I want to draw to progress the YouTube channel. A lot of the things I want, I want to be making my videos, you know what I mean? So I do... In a way, it can be unwinding for me to not be interrupted by anyone ever and sit at home and work on what I want to work on for the whole day. When drawing a character that's making a certain face, do you find yourself trying to...
time to donate. Lamau. Time to distract.
Oh my god. This is crazy. Thank you for the 5, I appreciate it. All of that money basically goes to me, goes to my PayPal. When drawing a character that's making a yes, I make the face. I actually want to look up the reason for that one day. I absolutely make the face that I'm drawing. I don't know what it is. You can't see yourself doing it. But yeah, I do it all the time, and I think it's a good thing. I think that is a good thing that you do that. Who are your biggest and most influential reasons to get into art, and who to thank for where you are today? I'm guessing Dragon Ball would be a small contender. Dragon Ball is gargantuan amounts of it. You don't have to thank for where I am today. Well, obviously Jaden for helping us push through on YouTube, but pre all of that, I think my parents letting me draw all the time, my teachers allowing me to gaslight them into thinking that me drawing in class helped me listen, my mom for letting me have free reign over the library as a kid where I found manga that I definitely shouldn't have had access to. Thank you, Akira Toriyama, for making a thing that I really like. I wanted to create the things that I like doing. I see a thing on the screen, so I try to replicate it closely, and then at a certain point you realize, hey, I'm not that far off. And then it becomes life goal to create the thing. I think a lot of kids start like that. How many kids don't draw? Everyone wants to create when they're younger, and then that shit gets beat out of them. Or they feel like they have to grow up and do something else. I was too stubborn to not. So I have to thank my parents for giving me the genes of stubbornness and allowing me to not get a day job and believe in myself to do commissions for a year instead of going to work at McDonald's or some shit. And then I ended up getting a toy shop. So that's pretty sick. So many people just think they can't do it, which is weird to me. It's not weird to me. I understand it completely. But anyone can do anything. There's nothing special about me or an artist having this ability. It's obsession, hyperfixation. It's because I do it all the time. It's not magical. It's because I spent so much time doing it and focusing and trying to learn and looking. I wasn't good at drawing when I was 1 year old. Anyone can do it. That's why I think anyone can do anything, which is why I try really hard to do everything. I want to create a thing because I think anyone can do it. And if I can do it, anyone can do it. And if anyone can do it, I can do it. And the fact that I can maybe do it is crazy. What are some items from your bucket list? Really important things you want to do or see in your life. Damn. One is create an anime. You like a full-on anime? I would love to direct an anime. If I'm 49, 55, don't care. But yeah, toy that takes over the world would be sick. Write an album. I would like to have an album that I created myself in the world. I would like to do a cover album of covering songs that exist that I really like.
Less than 3.
Wait, we just got a wholesome donation? Oh my god, thank you so much, Gloria. Why is everyone donating? We're in Patreon. Thank you guys very much. Oh, hope that answers. I don't really have a good bucket list, but there's a lot of creative things I want to do in life, and hopefully I don't die next year. When does the Egglocke start? Next weekend, Saturday or Sunday is the plan. Moxie, have you ever played D&D, and what would your dream character concept be for it? I haven't. I remember going through a little bit of a phase of watching Joe Cat's D&D videos. Joe Cat was also super nice to me. Joe Cat is really nice to me. I don't even know why. I guess Joe Cat watched my videos. I don't know. I don't have a character concept. I have no idea. Some kind of interesting character that is mostly human, but isn't a human. Has some magical powers and a great sword, probably. We did it. Thank you all for coming to the Q&A. That was freaking awesome. I got to say so many things. We'll be doing one of these every month on Patreon, so please check it out. Link is in the description. Most of the Q&As won't make it to YouTube, so, you know, exclusive content and whatever. You can ask questions for the next Q&A. We're going to be watching some Pokemon movies, some anime. We've got a whole Patreon Nuzlocke going on. So thank you, and that's it. See ya.